One of the most tiresome slogans we hear these days from the noisy left is about divisiveness. It's about how those of us with more traditional conservative views are causing division within the Jewish world by insisting on airing them. Of course, Israel features heavily in this contest of ideas. If someone voices approval of PM Netanyahu, or for the extension of sovereignty over parts of Judea and Samaria, then they are being divisive. Communal organisations in this country have all swung to the left, and when the Australian Jewish Association tries to stand up for traditional values on social media, or in the Australian Jewish News, or by holding events with speakers they don't approve of, we are accused of being divisive by the long line of regular lefty contributors. And the irony of it all is that these woke warriors are causing it. To these people, nasty divisiveness could easily be resolved if everybody agreed with them. They know for sure that they are right and everybody else is wrong, no doubt about it. Regarding Israel, the left want to hand over swathes of Judea and Samaria to the Palestinians so that they can create their state. Okay, what about security issues, we ask? What about the Palestinians' long-stated commitment to destroy the state of Israel? Well, that's okay, these dreamers say, because the Palestinians won't hate us Jews so much if only we are nicer to them. Oh, really? The problem is that this has been tried, tested, and shown not to work. Look at Gaza. But it is always the traditional conservative right that is being divisive. The same applies to all the other so-called hot issues at the moment: climate emergency, white privilege, refugees, Trump, and so on. If anyone dares to question what is really going on in order to get to the truth, we are being divisive and deserve nothing more than to be shut down or at least censored. So much for the left's mantra of inclusiveness. So what's it all about? Simple: power and control of the conversation. The left have hijacked the public discourse and they like it. The media are now feeding people the narrative that they want them to believe. It's not about impartial discussion or presentation of the facts on anything. The left are actually at war with anybody that disagrees with them. The Australian Jewish Association has a policy of calling out hypocrisy and anti-Semitism wherever and whenever it surfaces. We call out Islamic anti-Semitism with regrettable regularity. We have called out the anti-Semitism of the Greens, the anti-Semitism of the Black Lives Matter movement, and we have called out the duplicitous, dishonest and thieving, corruption-riddled Palestinian Authority. And equally, we congratulate those who support Israel in the Jewish world, like President Trump, PM Scott Morrison, Treasurer Josh Frydenberg, along with several other less prominent world leaders and Australian politicians. These days, organisations like the AJA and people like us are simply not allowed to have a different view on anything. And if we do, we have to be cancelled. It's the height of anti-intellectual arrogance, and without fail, the judgmental buffoons inhabiting social media and the letters pages of the newspapers have the chutzpah to complain we are being divisive. This has nothing to do about fairness, social justice, understanding of the other, or any of the other lefty slogans. It's about freedom of thought and speech and the importance of being able to have a civilised conversation on important issues. So to the left I say, don't tell me that I'm being divisive. Crawl out of your bubble and firstly learn some manners, then learn some history, and then try to understand how our Western liberal democracy, that is full of all the freedoms you take for granted, wasn't built on your Orwellian, totalitarian, morally superior ideology. If I want to express views you happen to agree with, suck it up, sunshine. It's not me who is being divisive, it is you. This is Alan Friedman for the Australian Jewish Association.